Sorry, what happened? What's up, pups? How you guys doing? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. Today, we're doing a tattoo tour. A tattoo tour video. I've done one of these before. I made one, I want to say last year, I made a tattoo tour video. So, I'm doing an update to this video because at this point I have quite a bit more tattoos than when I did this tour previously. I am going to link the video down below, or I'll have it pop up here, because there are some tattoos that I will not be revisiting, but I'll just mention them. But if you want to see what they look like, because I spent the time taking photos because they're like in places where I'd have to get naked, and I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so let's do this tour of the tattoos, the tattoo detours. I'll start by mentioning the tattoos that I showed in the previous video, and you can go check that out when we're done. But my first tattoo that I ever got was a Sparrow. It was done in red ink. It is very low on my hip, so I had to take a photo. But yeah, that was my first tattoo that I ever got done when I think when I was 19. Another tattoo that I featured in that video is a very small anchor that I have like right here. It's not even worth me showing it at this point because it is so far faded. One of the things that I will say about getting tattoos, especially like if you wear bras, if you get a tattoo in an area where your bra is gonna be rubbing it, it does start to like kind of blow out the image and like get really blurry over time, and that's essentially what's happened. So I don't know if I'll cover it up one day. It really doesn't bother me that much because I don't see it on a daily basis. It's not like something that is very prominent. But yeah, just know that that is a thing that can happen. Along the same lines, I have a piece of art that runs next to the Sparrow on my hip, and it like kind of goes around my hip towards my butt. And the placement that I got is like right where my underwear sits, and so again, we have kind of that like blurring look. Luna, no, 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 no. My dog threw up on the carpet. I had to clean it. Sorry. I have a tattoo and it says no regrets, and it's very blurry now. Ironic. I don't regret it though. I do love the idea behind the tattoo, and you know, the placement was just not like ideal. Also, I think the way that he tattooed it, like he was very like, he tattooed it very deep. So I think that that kind of caused like the image to fray. As far as it goes with tattoos that you can't see, like that are covered, that's it. And now we can talk about like the tattoos that I have that you can see. First one are these tally marks right here. It's really hard to like show it. It's a tattoo that I got when I was almost done watching Doctor Who for the first time ever. I just fell in love with the whole storyline behind the Silence. So the storyline with the Silence and Amy and River are like one of my most favorite storylines in all of Doctor Who, so I got the tally marks just because my favorite subplot. And the Silence are one of my most favorite creatures in Doctor Who. Like the idea behind them, like I know a lot of people don't like Stephen Moffat, but like I stand behind thinking that Stephen Moffat is like the master of existential horror, because every creature that he creates like is a derivative of like your mind, and how like it's just, it plays off like human fear and emotion, and I love that. And so with the Silence, if you guys don't know what the Silence are, they're like an alien creature that essentially when you see them, you know that you're seeing them, you recognize that you're seeing them, and as soon as you break eye contact, look away, you have forgotten that you have seen them. Like you just don't remember. So to combat that in the story, when one of the characters sees the Silence, they maintain eye contact and draw a tally. So when they look away, they'll know, like they'll look down at their arm and be like, okay, I can't remember what just happened, but I know something happened because I have the tally mark here. So I just thought that was such a cool story arc. I'm not gonna like spoil it too much if you haven't seen Doctor Who, but I highly recommend watching it, because it just like the idea that these creatures have been controlling people for like decades and decades, because people can't remember seeing them, so like theoretically they can control countries and the whole planet, and it's just, it's so cool. Like it's such a cool thought, it's such a cool theory, it's such a cool idea, and it's terrifying, and I love it. So I got that. So the other tattoo on my arm here is my Rebel Alliance symbol. So quick backstory, I had followed Erin, my tattoo artist, online for like years and years and years, and then I found out that she was tattooing at SuperCon, and this was like 2 years ago. So I ran over to her booth and I was so excited to meet her, and Who would have thought that like years later we are still friends? Like we just became friends, we hit it off. I'm so happy that we are friends because she is just the coolest person. And I can remember like following her years ago and just being like, I want to be friends with her. Like she's just so cool. Like, you know when you like see people and you're like, you are awesome. Like I just want to be around you because you're so like incredibly cool. Like that sounds lame, but like anyway, this was the first tattoo that she ever did on me. So I was at the show, she had some flash. If you guys don't know what flash are, usually like if you walk into a tattoo parlor or you get tattooed at a convention, they have what they call flash, which is like readily available artwork that you can just get tattooed immediately. So this was one of the flash pieces that she had, and the only thing that I wanted to change was the inside of it, because the flash that she had was this, but like with Princess Leia's like boobs like in it, not her actual, like it was just like cleavage. But I was like, no, I like this, but like with a flower. So she drew it overnight. The next day I got it tattooed. So I don't really think I need to explain why I have this. I love Star Wars. It's been a huge part of my life since I was a small child. And yeah, death before dark side. Funny I say that since I love Kylo Ren. I may consider turning to the dark side for him, but like probably not. I'd turn him, obviously, like I can change him. So then moving over to this arm, I have a tattoo here. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. Okay, it's like really hard to see, but like, do you see here? There's like a little triangle, like some of it's faded out now. This was my first Deathly Hallows tattoo. Obviously it looks more like a scar, but it's a white ink Deathly Hallows. At this point it's so far faded. Like so far faded. So I obviously got that because I was living at home with my parents and I wanted a Deathly Hallows, but like I didn't want to like showcase that I had a tattoo because like I wasn't really supposed to. My parents just didn't really like them at the time. So I got a white ink Deathly Hallows. I still love it. I kind of like knowing that it's there. Like it's not something that other people see. So like when I look at it, like I see it. So here is my 3 stars from the book. Aaron did these for me on my birthday at MegaCon this past year. Everything on this arm is obviously Harry Potter. Like it's not ever gonna be anything else on this arm, it's only Harry Potter. So now we're moving on to like my arm. That's why, hey guys, I'm just standing so I can show you. Alright, so here is like my Harry Potter sleeve thus far. This right here, it's faded on purpose. It's supposed to be like that. It says all was well. So I originally got it tattooed and I requested that it was like a faded gray, like book ink looking color. I didn't want it to be completely black. It was so faded when it like healed that I actually went back and he redid it one more time. This tattoo has been done twice, but it says all was well, which is the last line from the last book. So then I got this bigger Deathly Hallows. When I got it, obviously it was just the outline. This one I had done by an artist named Maria, and she was at Eternal Ink Tattoo, which is now closed, and I think as far as it goes she works in Miami now, but she did this original Deathly Hallows. I can also kind of show you what I mean by like the lines fraying. Do you see how like it's starting to kind of like get a little blurry there? This was obviously like the first thing that Aaron worked on, and it was just the outline. I have a video that I can like link. In fact, I'll link all of like the tattoo videos that I have that I've done, but this was the first thing that Aaron worked on. It was just the outline. The second session was getting it colored in. So obviously, if you can't tell, I really like Snape, and I love the story arc of like Snape loving Lily. I will say this, I get comments all the time, whether it's on my videos or my photos or Aaron's photos of my tattoo, but like a lot of people don't like Snape, and I get it. Like, I understand. But on the same, like, spectrum, I also respect that you don't like him, so please respect that I like him. I've had people leave, like, the most, like, rudest comments about, like, me getting, like, fan fiction tattooed on my arm and how, like, they're like, oh, Snape was a rapist. First of all, Snape never, like, did anything with Lily, like, or at least as far as we know from the book, so, like, stop. I get that like he was just infatuated, but like I truly feel that at some point Lily felt something for Snape just from like the dynamic and the storyline that we know. And I think that what happened was she met James and she just liked him more. You know what I mean? So it's just, it is what it is. I love Snape and Lily. Also, it's a tattoo on my body, so like if it bothers you, I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, so yes, Snape and Lily. That was my first one, with Hogwarts in the background. Oh my gosh, I have to like stand to do this. The second thing that Aaron did was my Slytherin crest right here. As you can see, it's very big. I sat for the entire thing, which was insane. What I love about it is that Aaron kind of made it my own. So like I showed her photos from like other Slytherin crest tattoos, and this was actually the Pottermore design, and I loved it like more than just the generic crest. Like I just thought this like looked really nice. I love the snake. So Aaron was like, well, what if we like make the snake bigger? Like it's coming out of the crest, because a lot of the images have the snake just like right here. Like it's just a small little snake. So we made it bigger. I am so happy with it. I think it looks amazing. The colors are awesome. I will say that this was like harder to sit for than this. Like, I don't know, getting tattooed on this part of your arm doesn't really hurt. This is very tender and soft, and it definitely hurt a lot, but I pulled through like a trooper and I love it. So then we worked on my Spectre specs, my Luna glasses. I don't know why it's like having trouble focusing, but anyway, Luna glasses. Luna is obviously one of my favorite characters in Harry Potter. My dog is named after Luna. So I definitely had to get the Spectre specs tattooed on me. Then we have the potion bottle here of the Felix Felicis. One of my favorite potions from Harry Potter. Mainly because, and I know this sounds like crazy, but like I loved the scene where like Harry hinted that he put Felix Felicis in Ron's cup before the big Quidditch game, and Ron did super well. But in actuality, it was him having the confidence and the drive and courage to do it himself. So I love what this potion stands for more so than like the actual potion. Like obviously Harry used it in like the series to like get the answers he needed, blah blah blah, whatever, but like I like what it stands for. So I have my Felix Felicis. And then obviously Aaron's been adding like some of the background, so like these are new. I got these done on this past Monday. The little stars, they kind of, you know, the stars are everywhere featured here. So and then also on Monday, this is my newest tattoo. It's still healing, so it's very like tender, and I just took the tegaderm off, but it is a thestral. I love thestrals. I think they are misunderstood creatures. I love what they stand for, and this was kind of my way to get like a tattoo for Millie and my other dog Max, whom you guys really didn't ever meet. But with thestrals, you can see them if you've experienced death or you've dealt with a death. So that is very special to me for that reason. And I also love the quote that Luna says about thestrals, where people tend to avoid them because they're a bit different. And I feel like that's kind of been my situation, like also like growing up, like people tend to avoid me or think that I'm weird because I'm different, and I never went along with like the norm or went along with what other people were doing. I was always the one that had to stand out and be different, so it has a double meaning for me. But yeah, I love it. I think that it's beautiful and I'm so happy with it, and my arm is coming along really nicely. So as far as it stands with like continuing my arm, because I'm sure you noticed like right back here, there's a blank space. So essentially I have like either 2 or 3 sessions left on my arm, and the last major piece, which is going right there and also partially on my shoulder, is a Dementor. Dementor's robes will like creep in over here, and then she'll fill this in with like background stuff or like sky. But yeah, the Dementor will start up on my shoulder and then kind of creep, so it kind of looks like he's like looming over Hogwarts. I also have a drawing that Aaron did for me of like the Elder Wand that I want to get, so I have to figure out how to incorporate that. Right now in my head, I'm kind of thinking that the Elder Wand will like go down my spine, but I'm not completely sure yet. I do have an appointment scheduled with Aaron for like the first week of March, but I'm not going to tell what it is yet. I will say that it's not Harry Potter related. We've been doing so many Harry Potter tattoos so frequently that I wanted to take a break and do something else, so I'm getting a different fandom related tattoo elsewhere. So that will be coming soon. I'm really excited about that. So yeah, those are my tattoos thus far. I'm super happy with them. I love all of them very much, whether they are old or new. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any tattoos, let me know down below what they are, especially if they're fandom related tattoos, because I obviously love Harry Potter and Star Wars and Doctor Who enough to get them tattooed on my body. So that's a thing. I think it'll be funny one day if like I have children and like I tell them like, hey guys, this is based off a book. Hey guys, this is based off a movie and a TV show. What? You're okay. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it's the first that you're seeing from me, hi, I'm Kayleigh. Please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. I put up a lot of different content on this channel, and there's bound to be something that you'll like. Links to my Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram are also down below. I will see you guys in a few days with another video. Bye.